bang. What else can I close on my computer so I don't freaking explode? Freaking explode. Okay, everything's working properly. Uh, okay. Okay, everything is working properly. I should install this. Wait, this game is 500 megabytes. Wait, this game is tiny. Okay, I will install it. I will install it. And it's already done. Okay, that's the only game I have in mind today. And then the rest of the stream, maybe just watch a scary video. I don't know what I'm gonna watch though. I have zero clue what I want to watch. I was thinking maybe like a analog horror, like a short analog horror would be fun to watch. But Loki, I don't know which ones I've seen and which ones I've seen and which ones I haven't seen. Is there like a list of analog horror series out there? Like a good analog horror series. What's happening to my tracking? It's like flashing. Yeah, what is like a what's like a short analog horror that I can watch? 13 minutes. Hmm. I think I'll figure it out later. I think for now we could just play this game and then yeah, just play the game. We can just play this game. Hmm. What would I watch? What's a popular analog horror series? I've watched. Oh, I haven't seen all of Mandela catalog. I've seen like the first like 3 episodes, maybe. But outside that, I haven't seen anything else. Hmm. We'll see. We'll see. What's that one called? Like the Walton Files or whatever? I don't think I've ever seen that. Walton Files. How long is this? in order. Full series. Oh, this long? Let's do some basic math here. Whoa. Okay, it's like what was that? 30 minutes, 1 hour 30. Two, it's like 2 hours long. Okay, maybe I can't watch this. 2 hours long. That's a little long. Is there like short analog horrors? Hello, Celestial. Have been Lee Celestial. Welcome. How are you today? I'm just looking for mm, like a scary video to watch or like a horror video to watch later. I'm good. I'm doing good. I'm doing pretty better than yesterday. Yesterday I had like a really bad headache, but today I'm feeling pretty good. I have one game I want to play today and then maybe watch something. Maybe watch a video. I'm looking at like maybe like a analog horror series, but I don't know. I don't want to watch anything super long. Maybe like 1 hour max. 1 hour max. What did I do today? I woke up and then I went to the gym as usual. I woke up, went to the gym, went home, and then I had to make some thumbnails, but that's about it. Then stream started. What about you? Did you do anything fun today? Are you looking for spooky videos? Yes. I want to find some spooky videos to watch because I only have one game today that I have planned or that I plan to play today. I only have one video, so or one game, sorry. So once that's over, I have nothing else. So I was planning to just watch something. Watch some spooky videos. I am taking suggestions, so feel free to suggest anything. Oh, Nuke Top 5. Oh, I've heard of their. I haven't reacted to any of their videos. I've seen other people react to their stuff. Oh yeah, huh? How long are their videos? An hour long, 30 minutes. The scariest TikTok videos of 2025. Oh, they haven't uploaded this year. Yeah, I could watch some of their videos later, especially for spooky videos. I love these thumbnails. They're so funny. Some of these thumbnails are so stupid. Yeah, I could watch that then. We could watch some of their videos or like one of their videos. Don't really know how many I'm gonna watch. I know I suggested some good ones. You could clap for me. I wish I had hands for my VTuber, but I can clap my hands. My VTuber has no hands, or he has hands, but he can't use his hands. for anything. I've always thought that like a 3D VTuber model would be so cool because you can like wave your hands around and stuff. But that's very expensive. That is very, very expensive. I should probably get a fully custom model first, 2D model first. But who knows when that'll happen. Okay, I guess I can play the game. I can play the game and then we could watch some scary videos. Okay, music, you're gonna be paused. I do not know how long this game is. I think it's like 30 minutes long, 20 to 30 minutes long. Oh, it's gonna be super loud. Well, it's gonna be super loud for me. Oh my god, that's so loud. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You guys are lucky you guys did not get to hear that. Jesus, that. Okay. Let me. Oh, it's super loud for you guys, anyways. Uh. Oh, you have to apply and then it's gonna work. Okay, I'm just gonna change the volume in my volume mixer. How's that for you guys? It's a little loud. Wait. 28? I think that's actually good. Maybe slightly lower? Yeah, I hope this volume is okay for you guys. Let me swap scenes. Edit. Games and demos. The Stalking Stairs by Jaden Williams. I think this guy is like a YouTube. He makes like skits on YouTube. And he made a horror game. That's kind of fun. New game. Start a new game. Yes.
This is Blink News with a horrifying update. Authorities have just confirmed the discovery of a body, identified as the 7th missing person reported in recent weeks, found brutally strewn across the plains beyond city limits. This chilling find marks the first confirmed killing in a series of disappearances, unleashing panic as it verifies the presence of a methodical.
It's so dramatic already.
Stalking the region. Police revealed the perpetrator's terrifying tactic. With cold calculation, they assumed the identity of their victim, seizing their home and life to lure unsuspecting individuals into a deadly trap. No suspect has been named, and the city is gripped by fear under a mandatory 9 p.m. curfew. The governor is holding an emergency meeting tonight to consider a citywide lockdown as the crisis escalates. Authorities are begging for any information. Blink News urges all residents to lock
Is that the serial killer?
Stay hyper-vigilant, and avoid all non-essential travel. This community is under threat. Remain alert, protect each other, and stay tuned for urgent updates.
The Stalking Stairs. Ooh, that's a cool intro. You are Elliot Kane, a young delivery driver tasked with bringing food to apartment residents in a city burdened by unease. A serial killer remains at large, and a strict 9 p.m. curfew looms. Your job is to deliver orders on time and make it home safely before the streets turn perilous.
Okay, Just get the food delivered and get back home. I'll take 2 bags up at a time. Easy.
Oh geez, the sensitivity is so high. 1.1. That's good enough. I take 2 at once? Did I take 2? Deliver food to Unit 8?
What? Are you kidding me?
Oh my
To
god,
the
the...
stairs? Oh my gosh.
Are these the stairs? What the frick? 4. 5, 6. 7, 8.
Yo, what's up, dog?
Hey, you order delivery?
You game?
Do I game?
You look like a gamer. You play COD?
Yeah, sometimes. Did you order a meal?
Yes, sorry. My bad. Thanks, my guy.
Mom! The food is here! Did you get the delivery guy? I was going to ship it? Oh my gosh! I didn't know that! I didn't know.
This is so silly.
Now too embarrassed to go back out there. Johnny, you literal child!
Okay, I guess I don't get a tip. There's cobwebs. Deliver to Unit 11.
Who's there?
Oh, just a food delivery?
Oh, right. Just leave it at the door.
You sure you don't want me to?
Leave it at the door!
No, all right.
Damn. My bad. Retrieve more delivery food bags. Okay. So I'm just a food delivery guy. I guess.
Hey,
That-
watch where you going,
Jesus
Gosh,
Christ.
You scared me to death.
Oh, okay, so it's like that.
What? No, not in that way.
No, I see how it is. Black man at night.
No, God, no. I have a black friend. Listen, man, I'm just delivering meals.
Dang, my bad, bro. Oh, shoot, man, you hear about that curfew?
Yeah, I'm trying to get this done before it gets too late.
I feel that. You gotta be careful with that killer on the loose.
So, show, man.
Faux show,
What?
man.
Sorry, I don't know what that was. Have a good rest of your night.
You too, bro. Hey, don't forget what they said on the news. It could be anybody.
Definitely. Stay safe.
The voice acting is so silly. And he just disappeared. America forever. What's up? I'm literally America. Hello, literally America. How are you doing today? The voice acting is so silly. Unit 13. Okay. I'm gonna get jump scared again, aren't I? The hell? I thought the elevator was broken. I guess not. Jesus.
What is with this place?
This place is cursed. And why do we have so many deliveries at a single apartment complex? I don't...
There's the food.
Oh, did you hear me coming?
I heard a
Is
howl
that-
downstairs.
Yeah.
Is that who I
sorry,
think it
a
is?
light pop downstairs freaked me out.
Not surprised. Place is falling apart. Water pressure is terrible.
I don't doubt it. I live a few blocks down. Same thing there.
Oh, really? What building?
Oh,
Is it Finley? Oakland?
shoot, you know what? I just moved in. I actually don't remember the name.
Yes, you do!
Damn. I'm not getting pressed by this guy.
You're good. Hey, here's your food, by the way.
Would you mind putting on the table inside? I've got all this filth on my hands. I would hate to ruin my supper.
No, I don't really want to
Only
go
just
inside
a
your house,
second.
buddy.
Yeah, no problem. I can do that.
Oh? Yes. Put it right over there on the table.
Place bag on the kitchen counter. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Also, there, can you react to a song called After We Leave the World Behind, made by Solaire? Perchance. I don't really react to much music, but maybe. I don't trust this guy. Look at him. Ew. Why is there a bunch of photos? Oh, this guy is placed.
The red light is for the photos I take.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
You want to see some photos?
I should probably get going now. Got a bunch of meals to drop off.
Oh. Okay.
You're gonna let me through, right? You're gonna let me through, right?
Have a great rest of your night. Thank God.
What a fucking creep. Unit 23? How many units are here? Oh, vending machine. How many frickin'...
How many floors are there?
I was just about to say that. How many floors are there?
Hang on.
Hello? Who are you?
Oh, I believe you ordered food delivery?
Oh, yes, yes. Sorry, dear. I didn't realize you'd get here so quickly.
You're fine.
You seem like a handsome young man. You remind me of my grandson. What on earth are you doing out here with all that's going on?
Just trying to make a living, I suppose.
Yep.
Well, you
Just
best be
needed
careful.
our
There's
job.
some crazy out there.
Don't I know it? I'll be sure to.
Well, I'll always pay in cash. I don't trust those credit card things. How much do I owe you again?
It looks like $25.50.
Let me see. Oh, shoot. Darling, I think I'm short $4.
What? I trust, good karma.
Oh, well, I can cover the rest. It's only a few dollars, right?
Oh, are you sure, young man?
Hey, happy to do so. Here's your meal.
God bless you, young man. Be careful out
Yep,
there.
God bless
You as
me.
well.
I hope I don't die. Retrieve more delivery bags? I have to walk all the way down. I thought this thing was broken. I saw you. Okay, why is it so dark down there? I just want to do my job, man. Why is there blood? No, it's okay. Just ignore everything. Let's just do our... What if we are the skinwalker guy? What if we got killed by the guy already? And now we're a skinwalker.
Wait, what? There were 3 bags when I was last here.
Well, not anymore. Oh no. Should I go in here? I kind of want to go in here. Oh. There's a note. Max, lock up tight tonight. The police are serious about this 9 p.m. curfew. Also, call the repair guy for the elevator. Is making weird noises again, and now it won't open on any floors. Miguel is threatening to withhold rent if he has to walk up the stairs one more time. Alfred. Oh. That's a funny name. Can I use the computer? Nope. Hello, Blue Moon. Welcome. Welcome back. How are you doing today? Wait, what floor? Unit 30? Why are there so many goddamn floors in this place? I'm not chatting much, but I'm here. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Wait, there's a blood over there. Jesus, man. Missing. Oh. What is 11? Dude, Unit 30 is so far. I'm doing good. I'm gonna call with my girlfriend at the moment while watching you play. I'm doing good. Today, I'm doing pretty good. No headache like yesterday. But this is the only game I have planned today. It's pretty short. And after this, I'm probably gonna watch some videos. Jesus. I think this game's pretty short. 17, 18.
Stop! Don't
What
you
the
dare move an inch. I swear I'll inch you right here if you're that monster from the news.
No, you've got the wrong guy.
You better tell me who you are right now.
I miss a delivery. I'm trying to do my job. Tell the truth.
I'm delivering meals. Nobody wants to leave their homes because of the killer, and I'm just scraping by, one greasy bag at a time.
Never seen you here before. I guess you don't.
Yeah,
look like
because
that
I'm a
killer
delivery
type.
guy.
Yeah, I'm not.
What do you got in the bag there?
Just a couple of
Food.
cheeseburgers.
As long as it's not a bomb, you're free to go.
Why would I have a
Thanks,
bomb?
guess.
Why would I have a bomb?
I hate this place.
Same. There's so many stairs. Okay, just a few. 22. More missing people. 24. 25. 26. 27. 28. Okay. That's not good. Oh. The door's open. Place the bag on the plate. Oh. A lot of blood everywhere. Also, I don't know why the game is lagging. I don't know why it's just lagging for some reason. Oh.
You have no idea how long I've been waiting for you.
What?
Stay away from the man.
Don't be silly now. I hate it when they're silly.
You don't have to do this.
You all say that as if I'm not helping you. I'm
Yo,
curing
back
you
off,
of
buddy.
the monsters inside you. But
Back off, buddy.
different. You've helped me so much. You're like my little assistant.
I don't understand.
Oh, don't act like you haven't loved it.
Oh, he's following me
scurrying
around?
I've been using the elevator shaft in this place to skirt past police anytime they visited. I've been listening to the voices behind the metal. There's been so much caution in the air ever since my harvest went public on the news. But when
Yo, can you not walk at me?
getting all those cattle to willingly open their doors. It was a match made in heaven.
You heard those people?
Oh, not all of them. The boy was easy pickings, along with his desperate mother who tried to save him. The photographer was pretty much begging me to end his suffering. It's a shame that old woman hasn't been cured yet. You got back up the stairs quicker than I expected. Show me next. Once I'm done.
Once you're done?
With me?
With you.
Yo, I'm literally helping you.
Run.
Unintentionally. What the hell?
You're hard out.
Let's just keep running. Where am I going? Am I supposed to hide here? I'm so cooked. I'm so cooked. I'm so cooked. I'm so cooked. Look at this guy. Oh, I'm sorry. I have been murdered.
Once you're done,
Oh.
With you.
I gotta run again. Let me free.
I'm gonna rip your heart out.
Close the door. Walk this way. And then he's over here. And then I hide. Hello, Twilight Blue. Hello, Charmony Ambassador. Okay, how the hell am I supposed to get out of here? Oh, never mind. I'm out of here. This is not the way out. This is the way out.
shoot, I gotta find a key.
I gotta find a key. Oh, I see it.
There you are.
Uh-oh.
Please, you don't have to do this.
You are worth nothing more than a bag at the door.
God, please.
Wait, you're gone now.
Oh my god, it's the grandma.
Away from that sweet boy, you son of a gun.
What? It's cause I gave her the food a while ago. She saved my life.
This is Blink News with a breaking development in the hunt for the identity thief killer. The reign of terror that has gripped our city has come to a sudden, jarring end.
I think that's the end of the
Authorities
game.
confirm that the primary suspect has been apprehended following a violent confrontation in a downtown apartment complex.
Pure aura. Yep, the grandma saves the day.
Detected within the building's elevator shaft, literally existing in the walls of his victims' homes. This individual
The blessed
before
ending. Oh, there's multiple
psychiatric treatment with a
endings?
history of severe
Okay, I assume if I don't help the
ultimately
grandma,
neutralized,
I get
not
murdered.
by the police, but by two heroic civilians who successfully subdued the man until officers arrived. However, the relief of this arrest is being eclipsed by a darker, more haunting crisis. Across neighboring towns, a surge of similar disappearances and violent crimes has been reported, suggesting a grim copycat phenomenon. Investigators are now grappling with the terrifying question: were these victims the work of the man now in custody, or has his methodology inspired a web of new predators?
Whoa.
The darkness that began in our city appears to be spreading, manifesting into a trend.
There's a lot of lore for this game.
As forensic
Judging
teams
how
process
short
the
it
downtown
was.
scene, the regional state of emergency remains in effect until next week. Blink News urges you to remain vigilant. Though one monster is behind bars, the shadow he cast has grown far beyond his reach. Sleep with one eye open, because the nightmare
What is happening?
it just changed its name.
That was a good game. That was very short, but it was silly. It was very silly. It was a silly game. What is this game? I guess the stalking stairs. That was a cool game. Beta testers. Okay, well, that was a good game. That was the only game I had planned for today. So, I guess it's time to watch some videos. So some scary videos. We could watch scary videos instead. Um, that was a cool. That was a short game, but it was fun. That was a fun game. I actually don't know how my audio is set up. Am I gonna react to the music I said though? I'll give it a listen on my. Let me like preview the song for myself. Wait, I can't play it here. Shit. Where can I? Oh, I guess I could just mute the track. Uh, hello, I commit genocide. Welcome back. Do I have a? Let's watch it over here. Let me listen to like a little bit of the song and then we'll see. Hello, Pino the rat. Yay, scary videos. We do have some scary videos. Mm, mm. Ah, sorry. I don't know if you guys heard that. Ah, interesting. Okay, I guess I could. Okay, first we have a song we can listen to. My computer is freaking dying. Ah, okay. There's a song we can listen to first, suggested by America Forever. I don't know if you guys can hear stuff. Let me see. Okay, I gotta switch to. I gotta make this full screen. Why is Haru Ura in my fucking screen? Dang. Okay, stream, and then boom. You get. You guys can see that? Okay. But can you guys hear this? How loud is this? I think the audio is pretty good. It's pretty loud on my end. We can listen to this. I love Solaris music. It's good in my opinion. I've never heard of. Oh. Okay, well, while this plays, we can figure out what we want to watch. So this was suggested by somebody. Or by Celestial. One of these videos. I see an hour and 33 minutes long. $27 minutes. 38 minutes. 27. Oh wait, I need to swap. I need to change this back. Spooky. This music is nice. Hope it's not too loud. Whatever. I don't know what this reminds me of. This reminds me of something, but I don't know. 5 stages of grief that a child goes through when they drop an ice cream. Damn. It's a crazy arrangement. Okay. Anyways, which one do we watch? I've never seen any of these videos. Do we sit here for an hour and 30 minutes and watch this video? 20 of the scariest videos of 2025. 10 scary videos for no sleep. That was a beautiful song. I enjoyed that. What about I choose it? I could choose it, but I choose every video I react to on my reaction channel. I choose all of those videos. So I should let people choose it. We got, oh shit, it's okay. 1 hour and 33 minutes. Scariest real videos. I do like scary real videos. 10 scary videos for no sleep. Who wants to not sleep? I'm so skibbity. Dude, these thumbnails are so funny. I love these thumbnails. They're so funny. The fuck? That's so funny. They're so silly. Okay, well. I'm not reading that out loud. Okay, we can watch 10 scary videos. No, actually, let's watch no, let's not sleep. 10 scary videos for no sleep. Oh, why is it muted? Iconic red. Okay. Today I have 10 scary videos for no sleep. Whoa. This is the first time I'm ever doing a reaction on stream. It's so crazy. Usually I just record them at random times of the day. But for once we're doing it live. Okay, hopefully let me know if the volume is bad because I will not be able to tell.
In Florida, young mom Haley Kinney is woken up by her 3-year-old son who says he's seeing something in their house. As he keeps insisting there's a presence in the bedroom, Haley starts recording to document the strange moment. She ends up catching something truly disturbing.
Gulp.
What is it? Baby, there's nothing in here. There's nothing in here. Okay, I don't see it.
Kids always seeing some creepy shit.
As the toddler points toward the empty corner of the room, a few bizarre
Hell
things
no.
happen that need to be broken down. First off, there's a
Wait, did
strange,
something happen?
unexplained growl or whine from somewhere nearby.
What is it?
Oh, I thought that was the kid making the sound.
Next,
Was
as
that
the
not
boy
the
points
kid?
at the corner, something in the shadows quickly pops out twice before pulling back into the darkness. The boy's arm doesn't match the shadow's movement, so
the hell?
that's not his reflection. Haley says she has no idea what her son saw that night, and she didn't even notice the strange things that she had captured on camera until later.
The hell is
But
that?
what was her son seeing in that dark corner? Paul Gorton is relaxing at home one day with his son Charlie when suddenly things start to get a little spooky.
Why do these all involve children? I swear children can see like ghosts maybe. They're like they can see them. And then when you get old, you can't see them anymore. It's like dogs. It's like pets. I always say pets can see like ghosts and stuff. But I think young children also can see them.
There's a scary boy where? What do you mean? What, are you doing pretend? Yeah, you're just playing pretend, aren't you?
He looks so scared. He looks so creeped out.
Show me then. Come on. You show me where he is. This is actually f***ing mad. Where? Where? In there? In there? Okay, get ready, Charlie. No scary boy. No, there's nothing there, mate.
Oh, is it a
Do you want me to
closet?
go in?
Oh.
Look. There's absolutely nothing in here. You've got nothing to be scared about. I've absolutely myself. There's nothing to be scared about. There's nothing here. That's just the bathroom.
That's a bathroom.
Nothing there, buddy. Yeah. That's just the shower. Never been more scared in my entire life. See, told you, nothing
Was
there,
the guy
mate.
okay?
Perfect. Come on. Let me silly.
Charlie seems to be genuinely upset, repeating scary boy over and over. When Paul asks where the boy is, Charlie leads him to the closet. And understandably, it completely freaks Paul out. So could Charlie be seeing someone or something that Paul can't? You decide.
But what did he
Nathan
see? What did he even see? He like pointed at the door. So like, unless he's seeing through the wall, is it? Is there something there? They can. I ate a kid and got their vision. That explains a lot.
Iowa says his little girl has a playroom in their basement, but lately he's been hearing strange sounds from down there, even when no one else is home. He says that sometimes it sounds like footsteps climbing up the basement stairs. So one day Nathan hears some noise and decides to go down to film.
That's a squeaky ass door. What kind of room is that? What kind of room is this? Who chose this wallpaper? I would be scared to go down here too. What the hell? It's a big ass room. Where the And then there's an ominous door, and that doll is creepy. Why did that doll's head just move? Why did that doll's head just move? Am I tweaking? Am I tweaking out?
Oh my... What are you doing there? Who are you?
I swear that doll's head moved.
Oh yes, you did. Oh, you got my heart good.
Dude, that's a big ass. How big is their house? That's a huge room. Is there sounds playing? What the hell?
Nathan gets a little jump scare.
Yo, I swear that doll's head moved earlier. I feel like you have more subs. You're low-key underrated. I have a reaction channel that's like around like 1,000 something subscribers, but this channel's fairly new. But a lot of people from like reaction type videos don't really translate over too much. Well, it kind of depends. But that's why I kind of want to do more reaction stuff on stream, because I think people would enjoy watching it live as well. Especially for like these scary videos, everyone, I feel like for these scarier, or I guess quote unquote scary videos, Jesus, just for these like these scary videos, it's more fun to watch with a bunch of people.
From his own daughter, but otherwise everything seems normal. But then, as he takes one last look down the basement stairs, a large ball suddenly flies toward him as if it was thrown by some invisible force. Since that day, the family has moved the little girl's playroom upstairs, and now they all try to avoid the basement as much as
That's a playroom?
possible.
That's a massive room.
Safe at home, scary as hell. So first, let me note, in accordance with YouTube community guidelines, no one in the following clips were hurt in any way. So, Caroline Sasaki had just moved into her new home in Honolulu, Hawaii with her family a week earlier. One night, she's walking casually through her living room when this happens.
What the fuck? What? Excuse me? I thought it was gonna be subtle, but their house just blew up. What? What just happened?
Whoa! Whoa, rock fell out of it. Oh! Oh my god! What happened? Oh, rock. Oh!
A massive 5x5 foot boulder crashes straight through her
Oh, it's a
wall, missing her
boulder.
by inches, and keeps going, smashing through the garage, hitting their car, and plowing into the bedroom.
Jesus.
Carolyn breaks down crying in shock, but somehow she's completely unharmed. No scratches, no bruises, nothing.
Basically,
That's
I'm in shock. I
good for
refuse to
her.
look at the video, so I'm not.
Boulder
sure
crashes into a home?
How close? But everybody's telling me, I'm lucky, and being God is with me, and yeah, I'm thankful.
So yeah, the bad news is their new home is kinda wrecked. The good news is Caroline just dodged what would have been almost certain death by boulder in her living room. Next up, Twitch
That is
streamer Crispy May is
insane.
streaming live late one night from his home in North Carolina when something happens that shocks him to his core.
Better? I thought so. Okay, well, I mean, obviously it's running less at the moment, so it's going to be better. Might...
What the hell is that?
I just got struck by lightning.
In his house?
I'm gonna stop stream. Oh my god, dude.
Out of nowhere, a bolt of lightning strikes his house and travels straight
Oh,
through his computer and earbuds. He gets hit midstream, jolted by a shock right to the noggin. He says it hurt,
Ow.
but luckily the lightning only gave him a light shock and no serious injuries.
The gamer, who goes by the username CrispyMate, says he was wearing earbuds partially made out of metal when lightning struck on July 19th outside his Wake County
got
home.
struck
The
by
shock
lightning?
inside caught on camera.
When you watch the video back, I mean, what did you think?
Yeah, when I watch it back, I'm just very surprised. If you were to take like a gum strip gag toy and just pull it, and you get that little zap, I got both the sensations, then all my vision went white. and then I bolted.
WRAL meteorologist Amy Wilmeth
That's
says lightning can travel
crazy.
through pipes and electrical wires.
You don't want to be attached to any kind of device that's attached to a light socket or an electrical socket. Headphones connected to a device that's plugged into a wall.
Well, I guess it's time for people who live in really stormy areas to wear wireless earbuds or a wireless headset. I've never even considered if your house gets struck by lightning, it might travel through your earbuds into your noggin. What the hell?
That's certainly a danger in an electrical storm.
So, new fear unlocked. Getting struck by
Yeah,
lightning
literally,
while
new
relaxing
fear
at home
unlocked.
playing video
I'm good.
games. Bag of terror. A construction worker and his boss are remodeling an abandoned house when things start to get really weird.
Gente, aquí estamos. Ahora vamos para este cuarto que llevo un rato escuchando cantazos y eso. Uy,
Here's some singing.
hay algo que está sonando por ahí, brother. Oigan, ¿qué fue eso? Pompi. No, papá. No, chacho.
Jesus.
Hay algo que está... Pompi. Mira, tú escuchas eso, ¿verdad? No, yo estoy asustado ya, compi. Hay algo que lleva rato sonando allá adentro y de momento...
This guy's freaking out.
Ya te digo que tú eres de estos que son cobardes, que te imaginas cosas, bro.
No, chacho, yo no puedo imaginar eso, compi. No, y en el cuarto ese, que llevo rato escuchando cantar y pensaba que eras tú, y cuando yo vine a ver, tú estabas ahí tranquilo, recogiendo algunas cositas, y me hecho, sentí como si me hubieran tocado. No, chacho, yo estoy que no puedo ni hablar. No, yo no veo películas de esas ya, compi.
This guy does not believe him.
Escucha cómo suena.
What is that sound? The music.
¿Tú estás escuchando eso? Por eso, yo creo que yo desde lejos, yo, si acaso.
Oh, this guy has no fear.
Sí, estoy temblando, compi, yo no sé qué vaya. Cuidado, compi, que si yo algo estaba cogiendo, tú sabes. No. Hija. Ah, quiero que caramba.
What the hell?
¿Cómo tienen esa muñeca así?
Is that a doll hanging?
Como si estuvieran mirando para abajo. Ay, bendito Dios, y sonando ya.
Hell no. Okay, have a good rest of your day. I'll post on my other channel. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. But thank you for coming by. But hell no. Why is there a hanging doll in the closet? That's so creepy. What the hell?
Me siento un calentón en este cuarto, compi, no vaya.
Don't touch that, bro. You're gonna get cursed.
Aún sigue sonando solo. Oh, y se mueve y todo. Ay, compi, ¿no?
Eso a lo mejor fueron los que eran dueños por hacer la maldad o algo. Alguien vino a hacer la maldad, compi. Por eso tú no te puedes poner a darle 20 a eso, porque eso son boberías.
Sí, ¿no?
¿Ya te lo ves aquí?
No, that's so creepy.
Y ahí mira una computadorita. Por eso hay que sacarlo para botarlo.
Compi, ¿pero qué es eso, compi?
What?
Compi, se movió.
What the hell is that?
Compi, ¿oíste?
¿No será el viento?
No, si es aquí no hay
The wind where? There's no wind.
Mira para allá.
That is an ugly ass doll. What is that?
While working alone inside, the worker hears the eerie tune of "It's a
Okay,
Small
now that
World"
guy
coming
believes
from
him.
a room. There's a sudden loud bang,
What
so he
the
fetches his
hell?
boss, and together they follow the creepy melody to a closet. Inside, they find a doll hanging upside down in what might be the creepiest plushie ever. It has an actual
Yo, why would you
full-on
own
baby
that?
printed on it. As they poke around the closet, it twitches and suddenly just launches right at them. But is this a real paranormal encounter in an abandoned house? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. It's cold outside, but you can keep warm in some all-new Nuke's Top 5 merch. Now, of course,
Whoa,
we have
Nuke's
t-shirts,
Top 5
hoodies,
merch.
and coffee mugs. But we also have blankets, pillows, and long sleeves. We've even got stockings and wrapping paper. Anyway, shipping is free, and be sure to order by December 10th to get delivery before Christmas. Go to nukestop5.com.
I'm sorry, but I'm not buying
now.
this.
Or, you know, like whenever you feel like
Respectfully, I'm not buying this.
maybe after the video. Front porch frights. A family is relaxing on their front porch, enjoying the evening, when something unusual catches their eye. A young man walks past on the sidewalk, but the family says he, quote, didn't look real at all, which freaks them out enough to check their security footage. What they find is very strange.
Didn't look real at all. Who? What the fuck? Looks like an NPC.
And yeah, the footage is very bizarre. The man looks like he stepped right out of the 1920s. He's wearing an old-fashioned suit and a fedora. He looks almost like a projection, and the cars behind him seem to show right through his body. The family says they were understandably very freaked out, but they say they never saw this man again. Kyla from Oklahoma says that she was hanging out on her porch with 3 friends after a long night shift. It's around 4 a.m. when something happens that creeps them out.
Inside, Kaylee, go.
That time we caught a ghost on our doorbell camera.
He's gonna grab his keys and you're gonna have to leave me.
What was that? Yeah, I'm going inside too. What
the group hears someone whisper, "Hey, hey, hey."
Okay, he didn't have to do that.
Kayla says the voice seemed to come from an empty abandoned shed next door. Everyone is freaked out and they jump up and hurry inside. Even creepier, when viewers watch the video, they notice something else. A faint whisper seems to tell one guy, "Shut the door."
What the
Kyla says
hell?
that strange things happen around her house all the time, but this is the first time that anything has been caught on camera. Tales of terror. In
Like a
these next
homeless
few
guy in
clips,
that
we'll see
abandoned
dogs
shed.
reacting to the supernatural. Now, to me, pets reacting to the paranormal
Doggy.
always seems a little more believable. Because, well, how do you fake a scared dog? And a lot of people believe that dogs can see things that we can't. So,
I believe that.
First up, unfortunately, this clip was posted without a source. But the story goes that a young woman named Sarah had just moved into a new house. Ever since the move, she's been hearing strange noises, and her yellow lab has been acting terrified of certain rooms. One day, the dog refuses to go down the hallway, so Sarah starts recording. What she captures is unnerving.
He just keeps staring down the hall like he sees
Hell no, hell no. And she's growling?
What was that?
Now, unless your screen is really dark, you probably don't need me to ask, did you see it? Because some dark, misshapen thing seems to twitch and move at the end of the hall before vanishing into thin air. Sarah is so freaked out that she stops recording and the clip ends there. Without a source, we're left to wonder what became of Sarah and her dog, and what might still be lurking in that hallway. Next up, Reddit user Kitten Catastro says her friend got a motion alert from her living room at around 2 a.m. And what the camera caught is strange.
The dog's out of there. What the hell?
On the
What
right
was that?
side of the frame, a hazy white form seems to float toward the little dog, who clearly wants nothing to do with it.
Yeah, he
But
is
then,
dead.
watch closely as he moves toward the kitchen. Another faint mist seems to glide by, and that's when the doggy is done. But what do you think made the dog decide to exit stage right? Let me know. Reddit user
Maybe he just wanted to move.
SageMan123 says that after his friend moved into an old house with his little Boston Terrier mix Jackson, things quickly started to get weird. There were odd noises, objects moved on their own, and the dog began flat out avoiding certain areas in the house. One day, the owner notices the dog staring into a closet and decides to start filming. What he
Oh, that's
captures
so
is
creepy.
truly chilling.
Jackson is like...
Yeah, my cat does something. She always just stares at like specific areas in our house. Like when she's in my room, she stares like at the ceiling above my PC. And then if she's in like the dining room, she always looking upstairs towards like the top of the staircase. And it's super creepy. I don't know why she does. I don't know what she sees, but she does it all the time, and it gets pretty freaky.
The laser ass focused on this right now. He won't. Like. You alright?
Aw, such a cute dog.
No. I think something's wrong. I don't know. I hear noises, but I'm not even sure.
Okay.
Are you f***ing kidding me right now? What's wrong with you?
Maybe it's a rat. A mouse, maybe?
What's wrong? Jackson. Jackson. What's wrong?
He wants none of that.
There's banging and stuff. What the f***?
What? He just closed the door.
After witnessing all of that, the man says he'd had enough. Not long after this, he put the house up for sale and moved out for good. Creepy
Finally,
kids.
a smart person. I swear, everyone who gets haunted in their house, just stay there. Okay, to be fair, it is kind of hard to find housing and places to live. It's kind of difficult right now, but you know, I don't want to live with a ghost.
Workers at Rock City Kicks, a shoe store in Fayetteville, Arkansas, say that weird things have been happening around the shop for a while now. But lately, it started to get a lot harder to ignore.
The hell is that?
The stockroom gate slams shut on its own. The
Oh.
employee checks it out, but he doesn't seem too concerned. But just a week later, things at the small shop take an even stranger turn. Whatever it is in the store seems to be getting bolder.
Yeah, I'm going, bro. Man, roll pretty comfortable. It's trying not to take too long on myself.
What the?
A shop salesman is helping a customer try on shoes when a Nike suddenly launches off the display wall and lands upright on the floor. As he bends down to grab it, the shoe flips away on its own, almost
What?
like it's being yanked. And with that, both
Are you
men
sure there's
just
not a
make
string
run for
attached
it.
to that thing?
And there goes the salesman dashing past the window. So, is Rocket City Kicks haunted, or is it all just an elaborate hoax?
I mean, those two clips are pretty easy to fake. You know, maybe for the sake of business, they might be faking it. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
You decide. Shadows of Broadwell. The team from the YouTube channel 13th Floor Haunted Media Productions head out to investigate the Broadwell Funeral Home in Felicity, Ohio. It's a funeral home, so it goes without saying that it has a long,
would you
dark
wanna go
history
to a
and a
funeral home?
reputation for some seriously unsettling activity. For this investigation, they split up. 2 investigators upstairs, 2 in the basement, and absolutely no one on the middle floor. And that is where things get weird.
This footage comes from the security cameras that were set up. As you can see, a shadow flies by quickly from left to right and disappears. There were 4 of us in the building at the time. 2 in the basement, 2 upstairs. This footage is from the main
I'm not gonna
floor
lie, I
where
didn't see
nobody was
anything.
present at 11:57 p.m.
Oh, never mind, I saw it.
It is the clear outline or shadow of someone. But the main question is who? Here is a freeze frame. Clearly, it is the outline of a person.
One of the stationary cameras on the middle floor captures something strange. A dark, shadowy figure gliding along from left to right before disappearing into thin air. The investigators rewatch their footage later and are shocked by what they captured. So, is this one of the Broadwell Funeral Home's former clients? Let me know what you think.
Probably. I would not. That's
Late one
what?
night, a
What did he just
security
say to
guard
me?
at an under-construction building in the Philippines hears strange noises coming from
The
the upper
Philippines.
floors
Philippines
and heads up to
mentioned.
investigate. Things quickly take a terrifying turn.
Aya 3080p 68 fps. Oops. Parang may naglalakad.
Where the hell is this guy? Where is this guy? Do you work here?
No,
Why are you in here? This guy's in the back rooms. Nope, nope. Run. Run for your life.
As the security guard climbs the stairs, the video
Oh, here's
captures
a
strange
security
whispering,
guard.
a croaking voice that urges him in Tagalog to "Hoy, magingat ka," or in English, "Hey, be careful." The guard says that in the room he entered, a semi-transparent little girl appeared in the dark and started wailing and sobbing. But she isn't visible in his
Hell
footage.
no.
But we can hear her sobbing as he runs from the room in terror. A few days later, the guard claims that he saw the little girl again in another dark room of the building. He managed to quickly grab his phone and snap
What
this
the? What the hell?
picture. Scurry videos.
That's
So these are
creepy.
the videos that I happened upon that are weird or funny or just
Funny.
odd. First up, this one was a toss-up as to whether it should be in the regular list or in the weird videos. But here we are. So someone is at a graveyard and they see this.
I need to get the hell out of here.
One
What the
thing
hell?
to notice about this video is that all the other gravestones have snow around them. But these turkeys have been doing their creepy little turkey ritual, or whatever this is, for so long that they've actually worn through the snow around this tombstone. So I don't know what the hell is happening here. But if you know,
Maybe they
put it
like
in the
Harris.
comments. Next up, last month was Halloween and people got festive and scared the shit out of each other. Sometimes by accident.
Like literally, that shit, it's you can't do that in October to somebody. Like that is scary.
What is that?
as
Is that a person?
Like literally, a Quaker standing at the door in October.
That's
And the
funny.
viewer replied back with this. That is terrifying.
What is that?
Next, another
Who
video
drew-
in
who
the
made
kind
that?
of late Halloween spirit. I give you the creepiest Halloween decoration that I have ever seen.
Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, that is such a cool decoration. I would put that if I owned a house. I would put that outside my house, along with the $500 Freddy Fazbear Halloween decoration you could buy. Like you're gonna bait them in with the Freddy Fazbear, and then you're gonna scare them with The crawling robot. That is so creepy. That's great.
That was great. And that's all for this week. By the way, today
Oh.
marks the 10-year anniversary of the Nukestop 5
10
channel.
years, damn.
And
Oh, that was a good compilation. I enjoyed that one. That one was good. That was creepy. Am I gonna lose sleep over this video? Probably not. What else do we have? What else? What else can I watch? Actually, what time is it? Okay. What else is there to watch? Another one of these videos? Potentially. Potentially. That one was good. Let's check my like feed. Check Twitch. Okay. Everything's working properly. Idiots in cars. That would be me. I can't drive. Ooh, 5 disturbing internet rabbit holes 1 hour ago. Ooh. There was also another video I wanted to watch that also came out like not too long ago. I guess it's not here. It's by Visual Venture. Okay, sure. Let's watch this one. 5 most disturbing. Let's watch this video. 5 most disturbing internet rabbit holes.
Around mid-2020, beneath a Pink Floyd Instagram post, a user named KK Limar22 left a comment that most people...
Oh, let's gotta do like a... Never mind.
Around mid-2020, beneath a Pink Floyd Instagram post, a user named KK Limar22 left a comment that most people probably would have dismissed as a bot spam post and scrolled past without thinking much of it. It read, "Help me. I'm an artist. I'm in trouble. I discovered a cannibalism restaurant here in Brazil. Now there's an agency of espionage torturing me. My parents were kidnapped. Can you save me? Please, I'm suffering." But underneath this desperate post, he included his full legal name, contact number, complete address, and the location of the said cannibalism restaurant, along with its email and a link to its website. On its own, something like this would be easy to dismiss as a troll or a cheap stunt to grab people's attention. But when other users visited the profile, the situation became a lot harder to brush off. His account was filled with nearly identical posts, all repeating the same accusation and begging strangers to help him before it was too late. And
I think this
some
guy's
of
just
them
crazy.
even uploaded legal documents belonging to himself and his parents as a desperate attempt to prove that the people in the story were real. From there, the
Maybe
trail
not.
spread beyond Instagram. His Facebook account and X profile were filled with the same desperate pleas going back as far as 2018. And according to people who had been following his situation, he had also been directly messaging strangers with the same request for help for almost 2 years. Eventually, some
2
users also found an
years?
art account connected to him, where he often posted dark and disturbing drawings with captions that use phrases like "destroy fascism" and "socialism is fascism," along with frequent references to the same cannibal restaurant. Because of this, one of the first theories many people landed on was that the entire thing was an ARG attempt gone too far.
Yeah, it
An
does
ARG,
seem like an
or
ARG.
alternate reality game, is basically a fictional story told through real-world platforms, where creators use social media accounts and online profiles as pieces of the narrative. So, from this angle, Kaike's post could be read as a horror project that began with his art and then slowly expanded into something much harder to separate from reality. But that theory had one major problem. If this was a performance, it was an incredibly strange one. There was no clear puzzle to solve and no satisfying reveal waiting at the end. Instead, it was just Kaike repeating the same accusation with a level of commitment
Yeah,
that
there's
made
like
it
no
feel like
outcome
something he genuinely
if this was
believed was
fake,
happening to
or
him.
if this was
And that
an
left
ARG.
one uncomfortable possibility open. What if he wasn't trying to create a horror story at all? What if he actually believed every word of it? As strange as the phrase cannibalism restaurant sounds, the idea isn't completely unheard of in Brazil. Because just
Wait,
8
really?
years earlier in 2012, 3 people were arrested in Garanhuns in the Brazilian state of Pernambuco after the police accused them of murdering at least 2 women, consuming parts of their bodies, and using the rest to make stuffed
What
meat
the
pies that were sold to
hell?
unsuspecting customers.
Ew.
And what made this case even more disturbing was how ordinary the operation looked from the outside. According to the police, the pies were sold even to schools and hospitals.
That's
Now, on its own, this
fucked
case had
up.
no apparent connection to Kaike's story. But it did make Kaike's claim feel slightly less impossible than it first sounded. The problem was that beyond the accusation itself, he never provided anything that actually proved what he was saying. And when people tried to approach him directly for more information, his answers didn't make the story any clearer. For instance, when a Reddit user DM'd him and asked about the supposed espionage, all he got back were fragmented responses like, "They're torturing me. It's an evil organization. It's because they're evil." He sounded terrified, but every attempt to get a clear explanation out of him circled back to the same handful of words. And that's what made the website link he had been attaching to his public posts and comments this whole time so important. Out of everything he flooded the internet with, it was the one piece of information that could actually be checked. But when users followed the link, it led to the website of a hospice and rehabilitation center. When entered into
This
Google
guy
Maps,
might
it
just
takes you
be-
to a medical
this
facility
guy
called
might just be
Baramed Support
crazy.
House. The building itself looked completely ordinary. Nothing about it pointed toward the kind of horror Kaike was describing. Even the Google reviews described it like any other care facility, with patients and families praising the staff for their attention and support. And these details changed the entire shape of the mystery. Maybe Kaike wasn't exactly lying. Perhaps he had been a patient in this medical center at some point, and because of some kind of severe paranoid psychosis, he had come to believe that the doctors and caregivers around him were not treating people, but harming them. It would explain why his
That
story never produced
would
any
make
solid
sense.
evidence, while also explaining why he seemed so genuinely terrified every time he repeated it. But as believable as this theory sounds, it has one major problem. Nowhere on Baramed's website did it describe itself as a psychiatric facility or somewhere that treats severe psychological disorders. Their service seems to be directed mainly toward elderly patients. This makes it less likely for Kaike to be a patient at this medical center. But after spending more time with the details of this case, I started to notice something that I haven't seen anyone else point out. Kaike's posts always mention 2 things together: the cannibalism restaurant and the claim that his parents had been kidnapped. And in some of his most desperate uploads, he posts his mother's government-issued identity card as proof that she was a real person. At first,
That
that
is
seems like a strange
crazy.
thing to prove. Nobody was questioning whether his
But
mother
she might
existed.
be in
But
the
Baramed is a
clinic.
continuing care facility. It's the kind of place where
Yeah.
families admit elderly relatives for long-term treatment. And if Kaike's parents had been placed there by other family members and he didn't understand or didn't accept that decision, then everything about his story starts to look different. In his mind, his parents hadn't been admitted for medical care, they had been taken against their will, and the people looking after them weren't doctors, but something far worse. It would explain why he posted the same address hundreds of times and couldn't give a clear answer when people reached out to him. And it would explain posting his mother's identity card for the world to see. He
Is the
believed
crazy
someone had
guy
taken her, and no one around him was doing anything about it.
believing
Either
that his
way,
parents
both
are getting
theories still rely on the same foundation:
tortured?
that Kaike was mentally ill, and that his paranoia had gotten severe enough to twist a normal care facility into something horrifying inside his own head. Unfortunately, there is no way to confirm any of this, because at some point after the story started gaining attention online, all of Kaike's accounts went dark. It's possible that the people around him or someone who knew him eventually stepped in and got him the help he needed. But until Kaike himself resurfaces, or someone who knew him comes forward with an answer, this is where the case stays.
I think that theory makes sense. It's probably
On April 1st, 2009,
reality.
a YouTube channel named Bobby Joe Blythe 007 uploaded a strange video titled Jesus Taught Me. It was old, blurry footage that was clearly transferred from a VHS tape and recorded in an entirely different era.
Just taken on 13 December
13th December.
1984, about 7 p.m.
At first, it didn't get much attention and sat on the channel with almost no views for weeks. But when it finally caught the attention of viewers on martial arts forums, it quickly became one of the
Martial
most
arts
disturbing
forums?
pieces of footage to ever surface on the internet. The video opened inside a small karate dojo
Oh,
in Dumfries,
that makes more
Virginia,
sense.
where
Why?
a thin, soft-spoken man had apparently walked in off the street and told the people inside that he'd been trained in martial arts by Jesus Christ himself.
I don't think Jesus Christ knows martial arts.
Like I say, he's a priest. He's a 10th degree red belt.
10th degree red belt.
10th degree red belt. Jesus did. Okay.
Now, a claim like that obviously suggested the man may not have been
belt?
in a normal state of mind, but he never came across as aggressive. In fact, he was even clear that he didn't want to hurt anyone and that he only intended to demonstrate what he had learned.
I won't brag or anything of that nature, but I can demonstrate. Okay, demonstrate on here. Well, I won't demonstrate on here. I will demonstrate around here.
The other two men in the frame were the owner of the dojo and one of his students. Both were Marines. And once the man finished explaining himself, the owner told the student to face him. Despite the man repeatedly making it clear that he only wanted to demonstrate, the interaction turned violent almost immediately. And even as he tried to back away, the student continued attacking him while the owner watched and let it happen.
Don't do that anymore. No, just don't do that. Good.
What is happening?
The situation continued to escalate until the man was badly hurt and lying almost unresponsive on the floor, while the owner told the others to drag him out. The video then cut to the camera focusing on the floor, where a trail of blood led toward the exit of the dojo. And, according to the description beneath the video, the man was later found by police officers inside a dumpster behind the building, strongly insinuating that he had been killed. But neither the footage nor the description made it entirely clear whether the man had actually survived what had happened to him or not. And that was what horrified everyone who came across the video. So once martial arts forums got a hold of the clip, it spread fast, and people started trying to figure out where it had come from. The first major clue was the username of the channel itself, which led viewers directly to Bobby Joe Blythe, a former US Marine and the same man who appeared to be giving orders in the video. As for the dojo, it had been a storefront in a shopping center in Dumfries, Virginia. By the time the video appeared online, the place had already been shut down for years.
Actually, wait, I said that. I say that, but when I used to do martial arts, it was also in like a shopping center. Not like a shopping, like a plaza. It was in like a plaza. So I don't know why I said that.
Made the entire situation more difficult to explain. Because if this footage actually showed a brutal assault, then why would Bobby be the one to upload it to YouTube decades later? Maybe in his mind, what happened in that room wasn't a crime at all. When viewers went through the rest of his channel, the videos gave a much clearer sense of the kind of authority he believed in.
We don't tolerate this from nobody in our domain. We black belts, this is our place. We can do what we want anytime we feel like it.
Okay, this guy's a little crazy.
As anybody could be in this world, in this place. And in
This
your
guy might be a
place,
little cuckoo.
This is yours. This is your dojo. No one treads on your territory. We can do anything we want. Just school can. So we're liberal. If they come through that door, it's open season.
And if this was the kind of violent culture Bobby had built inside his dojo, it would explain how a badly wounded man could be dragged out the back door without anyone in the room treating it like something that needed to be reported. Naturally, viewers began contacting
That goes
local
against
authorities
like
and sending them
everything
the
you learn in
footage, believing
martial
they had uncovered
arts.
evidence of a crime that had somehow gone unnoticed for decades. But just days later, Captain Ronald Mackey of the Dumfries Police Department released a statement that seemed to shut the entire mystery down. According to him, the victim had survived the attack and had been interviewed by police after the incident. On paper, that should have been the end of it. Except the explanation started falling apart as soon as more details came out. Another official who was a retired police detective named Chuck Feldbush also claimed the man survived, but his account made the investigation sound far less thorough than the department's statement implied. Officer Chuck said he personally knew both Bobby and the victim, describing the man as a homeless guy who lived in the woods near the dojo. In his own words, "You could tell he had been beaten severely, but he wasn't very cooperative and didn't want to pursue charges." But if that was the entire basis for closing the matter, it also meant that the police never really conducted a proper inquiry into what happened inside that dojo. More importantly, it made the official claim that the victim survived almost impossible to verify. Because even if the attack didn't kill him immediately, it's still possible that a severely beaten, mentally unstable homeless man could have easily died days later from untreated injuries without anyone noticing. And since none of the officers involved could even remember his name, there is no way to trace where he went after that. Searching for hospital records and missing person reports from the area doesn't bring up any matches. And with no more leads to follow, people online started looking deeper into Bobby's background instead. According to several sources, Bobby's dojo may have attracted more than ordinary martial arts students. His background as a former Marine reportedly brought in bodyguards, other Marines, and possibly even local police officers. If that's true, it could explain two things at once. Why the response from the local authorities felt so strangely muted, and why Bobby felt confident enough to post the video publicly in the first place. And if both of those things are true, they point to a simple but uncomfortable possibility. That the case didn't go anywhere because the people responsible for investigating it were too close to the people involved. But that is where the facts end and speculation begins. There is no direct evidence proving that local officials deliberately buried this, and nothing about the case directly indicates that Bobby was protected. That said, without the victim ever being clearly identified, it's impossible to prove or disprove any of these theories.
But he still like beat a guy up. Isn't there charges against that as well? I don't know.
Is also why, despite thousands of people online trying to dig through the footage from every possible angle, there has been no meaningful development to the case over the 2 decades since the footage first surfaced, leaving the entire mystery trapped between two possibilities. Either the unnamed victim survived one of the most brutal assaults ever posted to YouTube, then vanished back into a life where no one could find him, or the video really did capture the final moments of an unidentified man while the people who could have helped him decided to look the other way. On June 16, 2016, a security guard in Utah picked up something on an old AM radio that would go on to be one of the creepiest pieces of audio in recent internet history. The guard's name was Cody Erickson, and at the time he had been working a swing shift at a bank management building somewhere in Utah. Inside the security office was an old AM/FM radio that belonged to his supervisor. And since Cody had already finished his tasks for the night and was just waiting for the next guard to come in, he started turning through the AM stations to pass the time. Most of what came through was exactly what you'd expect from an old radio late at night. But then, somewhere between a sports station on one side and an old music station on the other, Cody heard a woman crying.
Oh yeah, what the hell?
He tried adjusting the dial multiple times, hoping to pull the signal in more clearly. But each time he moved it, the broadcast either faded into static or got buried underneath one of the nearby stations. Still, what little came through was disturbing enough that he pulled out his phone and started recording. In the audio, the woman sounded like she was pleading with someone to leave her alone, and at one point, she mentioned 2 children.
That's so... what the hell?
The signal continued wavering in and out throughout the recording, with her voice rising and disappearing beneath the noise.
Jake.
And then, right at the end, the static cleared just long enough for another voice to come through and say something that nobody has ever been able to agree on.
I
could not
make it out.
Apart. After this, the broadcast
I don't think it's
cut out
rip her
completely.
apart. It sounds
Cody later
something
checked
apart.
that same stretch of the dial twice a night over the following days, hoping to hear it again, but the voice never returned. So, left with a recording he couldn't explain, he uploaded it to YouTube, hoping someone online might be able to figure out where it had come from. The first, and probably the most comforting theory that the internet came up with, was that the recording was just a scripted performance. The reason is that AM radio isn't as predictable as FM. Depending on where you are and how late you're listening, the dial can pick up all sorts of broadcasts, including old horror dramas and detective shows. So, according to this theory, Cody could have simply tuned into the middle of a fictional scene, and the crying woman was just an actress, while the distorted signal made the performance sound a little too real. Some other users also suggested that it could have been a drive-in movie theater leaking its audio into the radio. For those who don't know, outdoor theaters often transmit film audio over short-range radio so viewers can listen through their car speakers.
But then people would recognize like the
signal
movie.
can occasionally bleed onto nearby frequencies, which would mean what Cody heard was nothing more than the climax of some horror film leaking out of a transmitter somewhere down the road. But while both of those explanations make sense on the surface, they run into two problems. First, over the years, no one has been able to identify any piece of media, including audiobooks, films, radio shows, and horror dramas that cleanly matches the phrases heard in the broadcast. And second, most modern drive-in theaters tell customers to tune into an FM frequency, not the AM band Cody was listening on. So, while a movie or radio drama is probably the easiest explanation to accept, it still doesn't account for why the source has never been identified. But probably the biggest reason people struggled to believe the performance theory was that the crying didn't sound staged. It didn't have the rhythm of an actor waiting for a line, or the clean emotional arc of a scene written to build tension. It sounded broken,
Yeah, it sounded very
uneven,
real.
like someone who was struggling to hold themselves together. And this led one Reddit user to suggest a very different theory. According to them, the recording may have come from a call-in radio show, possibly one where distressed callers reached out to a church or counselor for help, and the woman might have been crying while describing something terrible that had happened to her in the past. This would also explain how the final line might have been misheard. Instead of "rip her
Is that a
apart,"
thing that
the voice
people
might have
do?
actually said 4 years apart, which would fit much more naturally into a conversation about grief or family trauma. But without the name of the original program, there's no way to verify this theory either, leaving the mystery exactly where it started. Unfortunately, there's a much more chilling possibility of what the audio could have been. Maybe Cody was listening to something that was never meant to be broadcast. Some users
But, like,
pointed
how
out
would
that the
it
audio
have-
could have been a leaked signal from a
Oh.
baby monitor nearby. Older baby
Really? They
monitors
can-
and wireless security cameras
What?
are known to transmit on frequencies that nearby receivers can accidentally pick up. And while that alone
That's
doesn't
so
explain every
weird. A
technical
baby monitor
detail of
could
Cody's
pick up
recording,
or
there are
can
real
send out
cases where
radios,
this exact kind
straight
of
waves
stray
like
signal
that?
ended up exposing something deeply disturbing happening inside a private home. For instance, in February 2004, a man in Milwaukee installed a wireless security camera in his home. But while he was flipping between his own cameras, his receiver accidentally picked up a signal from someone else's house. On the screen,
Wait,
he could see
what?
2 young girls standing with their arms raised above their heads while a woman in the room appeared to be hitting them. When the man contacted
Okay.
law enforcement, police confirmed that
That's
his receiver was
creepy.
likely picking up a cross signal from another camera within a radius of about 75 to 150 feet. Similarly, in another case, from the
75 to
Czech Republic
150
in
feet?
2007, a father was watching his own baby through a video monitor when the device suddenly picked up a stray signal from another home nearby. It showed a young boy tied up on the bare floor of a room. After the father reported what he saw,
What is wrong
police
with
traced the signal
people,
to a house in the
man?
neighborhood where the child was found bound with duct tape, severely dehydrated, and being watched over by a video camera.
What
So,
the hell?
with cases like
Wrong
these
with
on
these
record,
people?
the idea that Cody's radio caught a stray feed from a monitor or a camera somewhere nearby isn't easy to dismiss. And if that's what happened, then what he was listening to may have been an act of domestic violence, or something much worse, playing out in real time. Unfortunately, without the original broadcast ever being identified, the mystery can't move past speculation. All we really have is a short 2-minute recording of an old radio in a quiet security office. And unless that source is ever found, we may never know whether Cody captured a piece of fiction or something far more real that was never meant to be heard.
I don't know. That sounded very real.
On May 1st, 1995, a University of Arizona student named Brian Hance was flipping through the campus newspaper, the Arizona Daily Wildcat, when a strange full-page message on page 16 caught his attention. The page was filled with mathematical symbols, scientific notations, and historical references, including an image of Martin Luther surrounded by formulas and cryptic diagrams. At the top, it carried a simple title, May Day 1995. At first, Brian didn't think much of it, assuming it was either an invitation to some college fraternity or some secret club. But this assumption would be proven wrong over the next 2 years, because every year a new version of the same kind of message appeared in the paper. The pages blended mathematics, maps, biblical passages, historical figures,
What the
scientific
hell?
diagrams, and fragments written in Latin, Greek, Hebrew, German, and other languages. Some even included musical notation or hand-drawn illustrations. Others referenced
This
philosophers,
was made by a crazy
theologians,
person.
and pivotal moments in history. By 1997, Brian was working as the web administrator for the Arizona Daily Wildcat, which gave him access to the paper's entire archive. So he spent days digging through decades of old issues, and what he found unsettled him on two fronts. First, these cryptic pages weren't new. He found similar messages stretching back years, eventually tracing the mystery back to the early 1980s. Second, despite appearing in the newspaper for years, no one at the Daily Wildcat seemed to know who was behind them. The ads were simply delivered through a lawyer, leaving the real author completely anonymous. So, to keep track of everything, Brian created MaydayMystery.org and began archiving every page he could find, hoping that if enough people looked at them together, someone might finally crack what they meant. Digging through the website, you'll find that although every issue brought a different looking puzzle, some elements kept repeating. The first and most obvious was the hand-drawn smiley face, which over the years had become something like a signature or logo for the person or people behind the mystery. A small, smirking man with two dots for eyes and a sly grin tucked into the corner
I
of
feel like someone was
page
just
after
like
page.
trolling.
On top of
at
this,
this
Martin
point.
Luther also appeared repeatedly, either directly or through references. And so did one particular word, leitmotif. It's a German word that means recurring
Leitmotif.
theme, which is interesting because recurring themes are exactly what these advertisements seem to rely on. At first glance, it's easy to dismiss the archive as the work of a schizophrenic, a theory that has been debated for years on the internet. But after combing through dozens of
Yeah, it's
them,
like
there are
schizophrenic
two reasons why I
artwork.
don't think that theory holds up. For one, the advertisements are incredibly detailed. They pull together mathematics, history, religion, science, multiple
But do they make
languages,
sense?
maps, and recurring symbols in ways that stay surprisingly consistent over decades. Then there's the money. By 1997 alone, dozens of Mayday advertisements have already been published, and new ones have continued appearing almost every year since the early 1980s, with smaller updates being released in between. A full-page ad in the Wildcat can cost hundreds of dollars each time, which suggests that whoever was behind them had both the financial resources and a long-term commitment to the project. For years, the identity of the people behind these advertisements remained a complete mystery, until Brian finally found the first real lead. It wasn't the anonymous author, but the man who had been submitting the advertisements to the newspaper for years, a Tucson attorney named Robert Truman Hungerford. Brian first learned about Robert after unexpectedly receiving an email from him. Robert confirmed that he acted as the legal representative for the people behind the advertisements. Yet, despite acting as the middleman, he consistently refused to reveal who his clients actually were. And from that point on, Brian's investigation became part of the mystery itself. He began receiving
so
carefully
interesting.
scripted phone calls, cryptic mail, and packages postmarked from Las Vegas and routed through Pakistan, some containing foreign stamps and Middle Eastern coins. After he fell behind on website updates because he was sick, he even received a get well card. None of these messages were openly threatening, but they made one thing clear. Whoever was behind the Mayday mystery knew exactly who Brian was, and they were paying attention to his investigation.
That is
and this
so
naturally shifted all
creepy.
the focus towards Robert, because he wasn't a random attorney. He had studied at the University of Arizona, earned a doctorate in theology, became a member of Mensa, the highest IQ society in the world, and reportedly spoke several
highest
languages, including
IQ
Dutch,
society
German,
in the
Greek,
world?
Hebrew, Latin,
What?
Russian, and Spanish. So when you compare his background to the advertisements with their theological
he
references,
might-
historical
he
figures, and
might
multilingual
make- he had-
fragments,
he
it becomes
might have
easy
made
to
this.
understand why people began to suspect he was more than just the lawyer. There's one more detail that makes the connection a lot stronger. If you pull up Robert's old University of Arizona yearbook photo, he appears to have close cropped hair, the eyebrows running almost straight across, and a faint smile, all of which looks exactly like the little smirking man at the bottom of pages. However, he is repeatedly
That might be
denied
a
being the sole
stretch.
creator. Instead, he claims
That's
he was
kinda fucked up.
representing an organization known as the Orphanage. In interviews over the years, he described the Mayday mystery as a work of art, while also suggesting there was a real society behind it who dealt with future events. He also insisted that everything needed to understand the mystery is already publicly available on Brian's website, encouraging people to pay particular attention to its theological themes. But if the orphanage is real, no one has been able to prove who they are. Over the years, theories have ranged from a political activist group with roots in the Vietnam War era, to an alternate reality game, to a massive work of conceptual art designed to reward only the most obsessive investigators. Yet, none of these theories
That's what it
explain every piece
seems
of the
to
mystery.
me. It
And
seems like conceptual art. but I don't know.
It's not because people haven't tried over the decades. One young woman once drove from Phoenix to meet Brian at a cafe in downtown Tucson, carrying a thick binder of research. She believed the Mayday mystery was connected to the Zodiac killer, comparing symbols from the ad with ciphers and envelopes linked to the case. Brian heard her out, but told her he didn't think that was it. And before she left, she told him she had already sent everything to the FBI. But not every theory was that far-reaching. One of the most interesting clues came from an anonymous contributor on Brian's website who used the name Near a Terminal. Unlike most people, this person seemed to understand how at least part of the puzzle worked. For one of the earlier ads from the 1980s, the person pointed out that if you counted the brushstrokes in the Chinese characters, you got 24, and if you counted the letters in the English word above them, Richmond, you got 8. Put them together and you get 8/24, or August 24th. And sure enough, the next ad in the series had appeared on August 24th. However, it remains as one of the only times anyone has ever produced a clean, verifiable decode of any part of the mystery. Brian became convinced that Near a Terminal was somehow connected to the orphanage. However, even that breakthrough only cracked one tiny piece of one ad out of hundreds. And that is what makes the Mayday mystery so unsettling. Every time one part begins to make sense, the larger picture becomes even harder to see. On one occasion, Robert claimed that the mystery went back even further than the newspaper ads. According to him, the first message existed long before 1981, but in a different medium. He refused to say what that medium was, only explaining that the earlier messages were designed so that someone would have to be inside the group to even recognize them. Which means Brian's site may not even contain the complete archive of these puzzles. Nonetheless, for nearly 3 decades, Brian preserved the ads, letters, and any clues connected to the mystery.
It's been going on for 3 decades.
He never
Who
came
is
even
making
close to
these?
understanding what the messages actually meant. After more than 40 years, countless investigators, and hundreds of theories, the Mayday mystery remains unsolved.
That is a crazy.
On September 12,
That was
2008,
crazy.
a 49-year-old Delta Airlines employee named Charles Peck was on his way to Los Angeles for a job interview. The interview was at Van Nuys Airport, and if he got the job, it would finally allow him to move to California and marry his fiancée, Andrea Katz, who had been waiting for him in Westlake Village. But unfortunately, he never managed to reach the station. Instead, he became part of a tragedy whose mystery remains unresolved to this day. At around 4:22 that afternoon, the Metrolink train he was riding collided head-on with a Union Pacific freight train near Chatsworth, California. It was later
collided
found
with
that
another
the
train?
Metrolink engineer had run the red signal because he was distracted by his phone, texting just seconds before the impact, which led to 25 people
what?
losing their lives, and Charles
He was
one.
on his phone?
While that was
What
tragic
year
on
is
its
this?
own, what happened afterwards is the reason Charles Peck's story would continue circulating online years after the disaster. Andrea was driving to pick him up from the Moore Park station when she heard the news of the crash on the radio. She rushed to the scene, and Charles's family soon joined her, hoping he still might be somewhere inside the wreckage. And then, a few hours after the collision, they got their first sign of hope. Charles's son received a call. It was from his father's phone. Over the course of that night, Charles's phone reportedly called his son, his brother, his sister, his stepmother, and Andrea. In total, his family received around 35 calls from his number. But every single time they answered, there was nothing on the other end. Just silence or a wash
That's
of static
creepy.
before the line went dead seconds later. And because rescuers were still searching through the scene, the calls gave the family hope that Charles was still alive, just trapped somewhere in the wreckage. But roughly an hour after the last call, rescuers finally located Charles's body deep inside the first train after tracing him using the signal from his phone. According to the reports given to his family, he had likely
that's
died on
sad.
impact before any of the calls were ever made. However, one detail didn't add up. Rescuers were never able to find his phone anywhere near his body. Now, for a lot of people online, there was only one way to explain that. They claimed Charles was somehow trying to reach his family from the afterlife. But as comforting as that idea may sound, even Charles's fiancée admitted it was something she held on to emotionally, not something she could actually defend. So if we set the afterlife theory aside, we're left with a much harder question. How does
Who
a
was
deceased
calling?
man's phone
Yeah,
make
how did he
35
call
calls
the
on its
people?
own? The most obvious explanation is a phone malfunction. The incident happened back in 2008 when phones still had physical buttons. So if the device was crushed inside the wreckage, it's possible that pressure, moisture, or damaged circuitry caused it to repeatedly dial numbers from Charles's recent calls or saved contacts.
True.
And at first, this theory seems to answer two of the hardest questions at once. It explains how the calls came from Charles's number even though he died on impact, and why nobody could hear anything on the other end. The reason the phone calls eventually stopped could simply be because the phone ran out of battery after switching through the phone book all night long. But the moment you look closely, this theory falls apart on one single detail. A damaged phone firing off signals at random isn't selective about who it calls. It would have hit coworkers, voicemail, or wrong numbers. Instead, every single one of those 35 calls went to a
It only
close
called
family
like his
member, and
family
not one
and his
random
wife.
contact, which pushes us toward a second, more disturbing theory. Maybe a survivor trapped inside the same wreckage, too injured to speak, found Charles's phone and scrolled through the recent calls, hitting one number after another, hoping someone would trace it back. But this still leaves two major questions unanswered. First, if a conscious person were calling for rescue, why dial the same 5 relatives 35 times and never once call 911? And if someone else was using the phone, why was Charles's body the one found after rescuers traced the signal, and to no phone at all? None of these questions disprove the theory, but they do keep it from being a complete answer. There's also a less charitable version of that same idea. Instead of a survivor, maybe someone passing by the wreckage picked up Charles's phone from the debris and started calling his family as a sick, deliberate prank.
But who would
And
do
out of
that?
every theory so far, this is the only one that fully accounts for the missing phone. Somebody took it with them. But it doesn't explain the fact that the rescuers located Charles by tracing the signal from his phone directly to him. If someone really took it with them, the signal should have led rescuers somewhere else entirely, not deep inside the first train where Charles's body was found. Which brings us to the most uncomfortable possibility. What if Charles didn't die right away? For that to be true, the coroner would have had to be wrong about the time of death. And at first, that sounds like a stretch. But it becomes a little less far-fetched when you learn that the officials handling this case had already made at least one documented error involving Charles. In the initial victim list that was released, Charles was listed as 58 years old, nearly 9 years off his actual age. Now,
How?
the mistake
How do they do
was
that?
shortly corrected, and on its own, it isn't enough to prove that the coroner was wrong about when Charles died. But it does remind us that the public version of events was assembled in the middle of a chaotic, mass casualty disaster where rescuers were trying to save lives, identify bodies, and communicate with grieving families all at the same time. And without Charles's phone ever being recovered, there is no way to know which theory is correct.
That was a fucked up video. That video was fucked up. That was a super fucked up video. What the hell? I did not expect that to be so messed up. Okay, it does say 5 most disturbing internet rabbit holes, but some of them were very, very messed up. Some of those were very messed up. I did not expect that video to be so messed up. Jeez. Okay, that was kind of fucked. But I think I'm gonna call it a stream now. I know it's a bit shorter today, but you know, we played a game, we watched some videos. I think that was pretty solid day of streaming. But thank you everyone for tuning in as always. I will see you guys tomorrow with I have no idea. With something. Thank you everyone for watching. Goodbye.